Imagine staring at an opportunity for 13 years and doing absolutely nothing. No buying, no selling, no rushing in. Most of us would have given up long before then. But Warren Buffett? He waited. And when he finally moved, that single decision earned him billions of dollars. This is the power of patience in investing. And it's the exact opposite of how most people approach money today. By the end of this video, you'll see why Buffett believes waiting is the ultimate wealth-building strategy, and how you can use the same principle to avoid costly mistakes and build lasting success. Warren Buffett once summed it up in a single line: "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." This isn't just a clever quote. It's a window into how the world's most successful investor thinks. Buffett turned a small textile business in the 1960s into Berkshire Hathaway, a company now worth over $800 billion. He's not a day trader chasing every headline. He's not glued to charts. He built his fortune by sitting still while others panicked, then making bold moves only when the odds were stacked in his favor. That's why this principle matters, because if you understand patience the way Buffett does, you stop playing the same game as everyone else, and you start letting time work for you instead of against you. So how does this idea of patience actually play out? Let's rewind to the 1970s. Coca-Cola was already one of the most recognized brands on the planet. Everyone drank it. Everyone knew it. To most investors, it seemed like an obvious buy. But Warren Buffett? He watched from the sidelines. Year after year, he studied the company. He admired its dominance, but he refused to pull the trigger. For over a decade, he did nothing while millions of shares traded hands. And then came 1988. After 13 long years of waiting, Buffett finally made his move. He poured more than $1 billion into Coca-Cola stock. That decision alone is now worth over $20 billion, one of the most profitable investments of his life. Think about that. 13 years of silence. 13 years of passing on a company everyone else already loved. And yet, when Buffett acted, he did it with absolute conviction. And history rewarded him. Most investors don't think like this. They chase quick gains. The hot stock of the week, the shiny trend that everyone's talking about. It feels exciting in the moment, but it rarely lasts. Buffett flips that script. His greatest weapon isn't speed, it's time. Time allows compounding to quietly do the heavy lifting. Here's the math. If you had put just $1,000 into Coca-Cola stock back in 1988 and simply left it alone, that single decision would be worth more than $25,000 today, not counting dividends. And remember, Buffett didn't stop at $1,000. He went in with over $1 billion. That's the difference patience can make when the right opportunity finally arrives. Compare that to chasing trendy stocks. Sure, you might double your money once, maybe even 3 times if you're lucky. But keeping those gains, that's the hard part. Trends collapse, hype fades, and most investors end up back where they started, or worse. Buffett's patience gave him something most people never experience in investing: certainty. He waited until Coca-Cola wasn't just good, it was undeniable. And once he acted, he never had to second-guess the decision. Here's the part that surprises people. Buffett didn't chase everything. In fact, he missed some of the biggest booms of all time on purpose. For decades, Buffett refused to invest in technology companies, not because they weren't exciting, but because he didn't fully understand them. He calls it staying within his circle of competence. His rule is simple. Only bet big on businesses you truly understand. Everything else, leave it alone. Think about how rare that is. While everyone else was chasing the next Microsoft or .com startup, Buffett was buying things like Coca-Cola, American Express, and insurance companies. Boring? Maybe. But businesses he could analyze with confidence. And here's the application for you. Don't just copy someone else's trades. Don't jump into a stock because it's trending on social media. If you don't understand why you own it, how it makes money, where its advantages come from, then you're gambling, not investing. Buffett's patience is powerful, but his discipline is what kept him alive long enough to let patience pay off. There's another layer to Buffett's patience. He ignores almost everything. Headlines, hot takes, predictions on TV, he filters out 99% of it. The best example? The dot-com bubble. In the late 1990s, the world was going wild for internet stocks. Companies with no profits, sometimes not even products, were suddenly valued in the billions. Ordinary investors felt like if they didn't jump in, they were being left behind. But Buffett? He sat it out. He didn't buy a single share. For years, while Wall Street cheered and new millionaires bragged about overnight riches, Buffett stayed silent. People mocked him. They said he was too old, too slow, that he didn't understand the future. Then the bubble popped. Trillions of dollars evaporated almost overnight. Most investors were wiped out. Buffett, on the other hand, lost nothing. By waiting, by refusing to play a noisy, short-term game, he protected his capital and kept it ready for real opportunities later. And here's the truth most people miss. Sometimes the smartest move isn't to do more. It's to do nothing. In investing, silence can be a strategy. Restraint can be power. Doing nothing is a decision. Fast forward to today, and the noise has only gotten louder. Robinhood notifications, TikTok stock tips, crypto coins launching by the hour. Patience almost feels outdated. Everyone wants to double their money in a week. Everyone wants the next overnight win. But here's the kicker. The market hasn't changed. The rules haven't changed. Human behavior hasn't changed. And that's exactly why Buffett's approach still works. Think about it. While millions chase hype that rises and crashes within months, Buffett's steady bets keep compounding year after year, decade after decade. The world calls him old-fashioned. Yet he's sitting on over $100 billion in cash, waiting for the next big opportunity. In a culture obsessed with speed, Buffett proves that the slow game isn't dead. It's undefeated. So here's the Buffett Blueprint, distilled into one simple playbook. Wait until the right moment. Only act inside your circle of competence. And when that moment finally arrives, act big and with conviction. That's how Buffett turned patience into billions. The truth is, you don't need to be a genius to follow this path. You just need the discipline to slow down while everyone else is rushing, the patience to ignore the noise, and the courage to strike when the opportunity is undeniable. That's Buffett's edge, and now it can be yours. If you want more timeless strategies from the world's greatest minds, Buffett, Munger, Jobs, Bezos, and more, hit subscribe. Because the best lessons in wealth aren't found in the headlines. They're found in the principles that never expire.